All right. All right.
シンセは体の一部になった音作りご機嫌のポリフォニックシンセサイザーコルグポリ800多彩な機能を満載して超コストパフォーマンスを実現
All right. Let's go. What's going on?
Hey.
Hello, everyone. What is going on? Yes.
Hey, Destructo.
You are all seeing that we are doing a little bit of a different setup today. We are trying out StreamYard with our friendly neighborhood duck in the corner. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode. How are you doing, Autumn?
I'm doing good. I just got out of a yoga class, so feeling very relaxed today.
Nice.
Yeah. How are you doing, Steven?
Well, I drove back just now, i.e., why we're 10 minutes late, but better late than never. I drove back from friendly Orange County, California. So,
oh man, yeah, that's a drive.
Yeah. But hey, it's been a beautiful week here with a nice cool weather and then warm weather today. So, you can't lose with Southern California.
Oh yeah, California weather's the best. I mean, as somebody that lives in Oregon now, I can definitely admit California has the best. It just has the best weather for sure.
Nice. Oh my gosh, look how easy it is to do. I know that I'm running the wait. Can you also pick things on your end for comments?
I can't pick comments. That I think. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Let me try. I'm gonna pick a comment really quick.
Yeah. Like click show.
I can't. But I can see the comment that you picked now, whereas before on the other streams I couldn't see that.
Oh, that's so true. That is so true.
Hey, Catherine. How's it going?
What's going on?
Hey, Matt Z. Synth Addict.
So, yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our stream where we can. Wow, so much more. This is like very easy to do. I know I'm gonna keep talking about how easy this is to do, but it's actually a lot more streamlined than OBS. So we might do this. We might pay to get the duck moved out of the corner, even though it's cute. May pay for Mr. Duck to move.
And this is the free version?
This is the free version. This is the free version. Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, on today's stream, we're going to talk about lots of things, but Apple released something cool or something horrible. I guess we'll find out.
We'll see. It's expensive though. That's for sure.
I mean, hey, Apple is the king of like very expensive technology, but they do it in such an aesthetic way that you feel like you're getting your money's worth. I don't know.
That is true. And I can't say too much because I do have like a Mac like a laptop and a desktop, so and an
iPhone.
Yeah, and an iPhone.
But I mean, hey, they tricked us and we lost, and I'm sort of okay with that. And then we're going to talk about other things like Novation Summit. I went to the Seal concert, and the keyboardist was playing a Novation Summit. I really liked it. So,
nice.
Oh, and I guess news from the week. I don't know. You saw it, Autumn, because I think I made the post on Instagram that you saw. Somehow I got onto that front page of like YouTube for a day. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was so
why.
Cool.
Did you click on it and like see the thing, Autumn? Did you see like?
I didn't. I couldn't find it. Was it on desktop?
It was on desktop. That was what's surprising to me.
That's so cool. That's amazing.
I was. And so anyway, the only thing I wanted to bring up about that was like the amount of views. It was insane that I got. I wrote the only person I know at YouTube. I wrote him, I don't know, on Monday or whatever, and was like, hey, I don't know if you did this or whatever, but like, Thank you, whatever. I have not heard back, so I assume it was not the person.
Dude, but that's so cool, like, regardless, I mean, how many people get to have something like that? Not very many of, like, all the musicians on YouTube, on the internet, like, that's freaking cool.
Yeah, I what I learned was, like, that people who get a lot of views make a lot of money because, just I'll just say on the stream, right? Like, just from one day of being on the front page, and obviously you're not getting, like, millions of views, but I got, like, tens of thousands of views, like, in, like, one day. I don't even know how much it was. I literally made in, like, one day, like, $400, like, on YouTube. Like, I never
Oh my gosh.
trust me, that's, like, insane. Like,
That is awesome.
so I thought, I was like, "Dude, there's, like, people who we know who make, like, videos or they get, like, that, tens of thousands of views in one day or whatever. Like, those people must be making so much money."
Yeah,
Like,
it's
wow,
insane. Yeah.
that's crazy. So, hey, if anybody's watching and you think that YouTube can't make you money, I think if you try really hard and do really, you know don't take me as an example since I don't try crazy hard, but, um there's clearly people now when my YouTube friends tell me how they're doing great in life, I now believe them because they're just getting lots of views and I'm just not. So anyway.
At the very least, even if you have a smaller channel, because I have a smaller channel, it does
Mhm.
help pay for some gear. So
Yeah.
that's always fun. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, I want to make a living off of this. Just being able to pay for a new synthesizer or a new plugin is pretty cool.
Yeah. I never imagined that I guess people really do this. They really make lots of money on YouTube and I guess they just wow. Anyways, I guess there's lots of talk around the how important yeah, see? Random McCranderson. YouTube algorithm favors people who put out videos consistently every day, i.e., not you or I.
Oh man, definitely not us.
Yeah, definitely not
But
us.
you're
But hey,
definitely doing well, Steven.
I guess,
Give
sure.
yourself some props. You struggle with giving yourself the props that you deserve.
Well, I really feel like I I feel fortunate, but yeah, I can't imagine. I just can't imagine sometimes what it's like to be a big time YouTuber. Like,
Oh,
it
right.
must be so crazy to just be getting like tens of thousands a month and you're at
Mhm.
home. Like, that seems so crazy to me,
Yeah.
right? Like those I guess who the big ones like Logan Paul or something.
Oh my
Like
gosh, yeah. Like,
you're
once you start getting into, like, the different
oh my
niches too, there's, like,
goodness.
the finance niche. Apparently with the finance niche, you could have 1,000 subscribers, not get that many views, but I think it's called the RPMs,
Mhm.
are so high
Yeah.
that you can have a smaller channel and make more money than, like, a music channel would just because more advertisers are paying to be on that type of content.
100%.
It's crazy, it gets deep.
Yeah, music and like video games are kind of like the I don't know, like not lower tier, but just like there's less money there. I mean, obviously, if you're talking about finance stuff, advertisers want to make money off people who want to make money or something. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I'm happy to be in the music niche. I don't want to have a finance channel that might. I mean, I don't know if I started all over again, maybe, but I wouldn't. What am I supposed to tell people how to make money? I don't.
Right. I mean, a lot of people will do like budget, like I've seen
Oh
some
yeah.
people. So those have been kind of cool. They'll do like a plan, budget with me for January. Those are kind of cool. But I'm kind of with you on that. Music is really the only thing that I would actually stick to, So I don't know. I can't see myself doing another niche. Never say never, but
Yeah, those,
yeah.
well, I used to watch one, her name was, like, Penny's Not Perfection. I really liked
Mm.
her because 'cause I'm like, I don't know, I was struggling with, like, finances for a long time, like, just being good about not spending. So I like to watch people's personal journeys through, like, finance and stuff. Um, but I mean, I don't know. I think it's just cool if you can I imagine how the extra money from YouTube is very cool. So what am I saying? But that's like what I make in a month on YouTube in one day. That
Right.
was insane.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
so cool.
was like, wait a minute, is that accurate? So
That is so cool, Steven, like, ugh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, by the way. I feel like, not everybody is open about that stuff, and I don't know, it's just kinda cool to hear that and celebrate that with you.
oh, thanks, Autumn. I'm just gonna stop talking about it now because I hate to. But yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna. I think we may stick with this streamer. I think it's so much more like streamlined. This is
Mhm.
this is very cool. And actually, just so everyone knows in the background, Autumn and I could not like hear what we were sort of playing and whatnot before. So it was kind of like she's blind to a lot of the stuff happening. So we have to thank Autumn for
Yeah.
blindly playing along.
That was the issue with the, stream prior is that we were
Okay.
kind of winging it, and I couldn't hear what Steven was playing, so it was that was kinda the hard part, but we figured it out. Now we have StreamYards, and now oh man, it's streamlined.
Yeah, now we're good.
Mhm.
So, anyways, it's time for Around the Web. And this time, so awesome. Autumn can hear about it while we're doing it. So let's check out the first Around the Web. Mm-mm-mm. Let's go with, oh yeah, this one. So we have the Synth Tact Jam Oasis. Now it's like 4 minutes. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but it's from our friend Signway. This was like last week. We heard Signway did what was it? What did they use? Something. I forgot. But I really wanted to see like how the syntax works. So this will be interesting. Let's check it out. Look at that screen. Already like scratched up.
Mhm.
Jeez. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh, he needs
Plastic
to just
cover.
yeah.
Sounds great. Yeah, Matty. Nice.
Nice touch.
All right. Dropping the volume a little bit. But
Did you see how he put the like and sub on the thing?
wait, what? Did I miss that?
Like and sub, like, on the, screen.
Wow. See, I always feel like that kind of stuff is so like Well, I guess technically you could do that in the OS, like, or not the OS, but like you could make a patch called like that or whatever. But like super cool, like
Yeah,
a touch.
that's what I was thinking. It's a very nice touch, very creative.
I like people who are very like Seinway seems to be very educated on the pieces of gear, and I like that
Mhm.
like a lot.
I also really like the attention to detail in terms of just the visuals. He's got that
Oh yeah,
candle lit in on the side. I mean, just stuff that really creatives think about, you know?
exactly. Yeah, Matt, get that syntax dusted off.
Oh, you have one, Matt? That's so cool.
Nice. Well, we listened to the whole thing. I mean, Digitact is mono. I didn't know that actually. I didn't know that.
That's pretty cool. That's
Wow.
awesome. In stream,
Awesome.
I'm assuming stream can hear it well. Volume
Yeah.
levels are all good.
Was that good?
Chat, can you guys hear it?
Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Also, the like lag is not at all like there was like a delay between OBS and all this stuff. There's like very little lag with this
Mm,
StreamYard thing. So
that's
everyone can
awesome.
thank Autumn for doing this because Autumn actually made this possible.
I just found it, really. Just some YouTube searching for the right thing.
This is all you. This is all you. So next on Around the Web, I don't even know what I actually call it, Around the Net or Around the Web or something. We have some someone totally new. So we're going to check out an octatrack track. Well, we'll mute some ads, but oh, I gotta wait through the whole ad. Wow. Well, hey, if you have a dog, shout out to your dogs. If this is good food, I have no idea. Oh wow. Two unskippable ads, non-skippable ads, Autumn. That's rare.
Oh, man.
Very rare. From Easy Tiger. Well, I think it's probably because Easy Tiger has over 1,000 subs, so they can like do that.
Oh, that's true.
Um, but anyways, Octatrack and Deluge. I don't really know the Deluge very well, so let's check it out.
Hi, before I start with today's jam, I want to really quickly talk about how I have this set up because I think it's kind of an interesting setup using both the Deluge and the Octatrack. So what I've got here is a bunch of sequences. The Deluge, the different colors here are just variations of the same.
Deluge is like
more or less
so confusing to me, but seems super powerful.
And then I'm running the output of the Deluge into the Octatrack, and this is where things get interesting. So let me maybe try to get this all dry here.
Shall we skip ahead? I'm going to skip ahead.
Okay.
See, let's just go. We're gonna go here and see what happens. I like a lot of people have info on the deluge. Like a lot of chat, y'all have a lot of insights into the deluge.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. I mean, I feel like it's like a sequencing thing. It's going across.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it, but colored squares are always intimidating to me. I won't lie. I'm very intimidated by these colored square devices.
They are a lot. I mean, I like the colors, but it is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the look of it too.
Nice. Shout out that video for
Yeah,
the
that was nice. That was
yeah.
very pretty.
Wow. Can everyone hear me? I should be good. Hold on. Okay, good. Rainbow Mess was like, is Noir saying stuff? And I'm like, yes. Am I good? But
Yeah,
I'm good. I
I
like
can hear you.
this. I like this icon, Rainbow Mess. That's pretty cool. I don't know exactly what it is. It's rainbows, and it is like, what is this? A shoe? I don't know. If this is not a shoe, I don't know. Thanks, Random McRanderson. All right. So, first topic, probably the big news of the week, technically. Apple doing Apple things. So, Autumn, this is interesting. Apple releases the new Vision Pro. What do you
Oh
think?
wow. Yeah. Have you guys seen this chat?
New Vision Pro. It's a VR headset, and the reason why I brought it up at all is, well, does this have anything to do with like the future of music making or synths?
So I kind of have an idea that I don't know about the music making part. That's totally could be a thing, but one thing that I think it will definitely modernize, I guess, is maybe the way that concerts are done,
Good point. Good point.
right? So you pay a fee, you can enter this virtual concert and you see everybody around you, you can hear the music and you're there. You're there virtually versus having to go drive an hour and find parking and whatever. It could be interesting to see how that would work out. Obviously, going to concerts are fun, but sometimes you kind of want to I don't know, you kind of wish you could just do it
Introducing
virtually.
Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, I think that the whole Vision Pro virtual reality. I mean, some of it's kind of weird. This whole like you can see your eyes through the thing, but it's like it's a camera and it's giving digital versions of your eyes. But I think the experience of like going into um I guess like venues virtually is kind of cool, especially if you can get better seats,
Right. Oh my
VR
gosh.
seats.
I didn't even think of that. That's true.
Like last night at the Seal concert, first off, I was an idiot. I should have not sat in my regular seat. I should have moved around the arena. But like Seal, went into the audience for like the whole second half of the show and just like sang in the audience. It was incredible, right? But I was so jealous of all the people in the front row who were getting to like see super close, and I would love to do that. So that's actually a good kind of opportunity, and the mix would be so much better because you're not sort of hearing these outside speakers and whatever. But
That's true.
I guess you also don't get the experience of, I don't know, there's an experience of live, right?
No, yeah, there is. Depending on the venue and the artist that you're seeing. I know there's certain artists in certain venues that I enjoy more than others.
Mhm.
For example, I went to a venue a couple of weeks ago. Awesome artist, but it was just really stuffy in there. You know what I mean? Like, just
Mhm.
I don't know. It was just and it was kind of cramped. But
Yeah.
then there's other venues that are just do a phenomenal job, and the energy is everything. So I think it would be
Yes.
an option. I don't know if it would like completely take over.
Yeah, I think the idea that Catherine's saying, the idea of you're going somewhere or doing something and it being on VR is the most depressing dystopian things corporations have forced on people in recent history. And like, I'm sure Autumn, I'm sure you remember like the Facebook, what was it, Meta World? What was that, Meta World? You know, like the virtual world, but for Meta. What was that called again?
Uh, I don't remember. I think I know what you're talking about though.
You know that horrible, like weird cartoon virtual world that like Mark Zuckerberg is like, look, everyone, like, yeah, the metaverse. That's what it was.
Oh, the metaverse. Yeah, see, honestly, if we're talking just like overall VR,
Hmm.
like I can definitely understand Catherine with the whole it's kind of depressing. Um, with just having people just have their headsets on all the time. It, it's a new
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. The reason why it kind of works in the context of this synth conversation in any way, shape, or form is, I don't know if you knew, Autumn, but there's a VR synthesizer. It
Oh,
exists.
what? I did not know that. Let's check it out.
Yes. So, and I mean, I'm not laughing at the virtual synthesizer. I'm just saying there's a world where, okay, let's just watch. Okay. Here we go. So, oh wait, modular synthesizer for
Parts of your
virtual.
modular
Here
to
we go.
different speakers for surround sound effects. There's no limit to how many speakers you can have. We'll see about that. Okay, so let's just go create. Okay, very good. So we have the speaker. Let's put that up there. And let's go back. And let's just simply grab one of these oscillators, a simple sine wave oscillator.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm sure we
Like,
can.
Mm.
I'm no way an expert in modular synthesis, by the way. I'm pretty adept at synthesis and what things do, but there may be some things I have to figure out. So here's our oscillator. I would like to connect that directly to the speaker, but I'm worried it's going to be super loud. Let me just turn the volume down here. Oh, we've got an amp on the OSC, so I'm assuming that's the amp. Let's connect it to here. That was straightforward. And let's turn it up.
see, Autumn, you don't need
How about that?
modular
The sine wave.
in the real world anymore.
Check my level of OBS.
Just get this VR headset and you're good
Very
to go.
Okay, we have a
Oh
freak.
man.
I mean, it kind of works pretty good, right?
Very good. Super simple. Okay, let's get another speaker going. So let's go back and speaker, create. Let's put this one over here. Can we connect multiple outputs?
It seems like there's like spatial audio too, right?
Oh, that I mean that would be cool.
So we're gonna need a splitter of some sort. Oh, I just created another speaker. How do we get rid of stuff?
Would you pay? I want to know the chat. Would you pay to live in a world where this is your modular synthesizer?
The connection mods. What do we got? Add, smooth. We've got a splitter. Looks like a two-way splitter, four-way splitter. So we've got logic stuff, which is really cool. Let's add this. Can I? Yeah, if I hold it down, it works. Okay. So I'm guessing the green is our input, the red is our two outputs.
You want to be in a world of just
take this into the green.
Virtual.
Like so. I like the cabling. That's cool. Whee!
Matt Z says this feels like the opposite of music making.
So there. Hey, look at that.
It's kind of surrounding you.
Around, I think. Put that up there.
It's creative.
Very good. I feel like we should add like an actual amp.
I like how the sky
module,
is
if
like
there is one. So
a whole pink retro world.
There's an amp. Here's a lab mix. That sounds like more what we want, so we can have multiple
easy answer
inputs.
For Catherine.
If this was how music was made,
let's go ahead and we don't need the splitter anymore. So,
but imagine with the new $3,500 Apple, this would be.
How's everyone doing?
40,000 times better or something. I don't know.
Right.
Okay, so let's.
And it's in its beginning stages, so
for when we want to
This guy
create
is
stuff to the
really
right.
exploring
Put the
that, you
mixer
know,
here in between
Yeah.
the speakers.
the
I'll click
unknown
the
with
click
this.
the left
So
output to
it could
here,
turn into
the right
something
output to
a lot
here.
more
My right touch control is not very
attractive
low,
to
so
the
let's
average
take
person. I think right
the
now it's still
delete and
too
get it
new
back.
for
Let's
sure.
connect the output
But you just
into
never
this
know
input,
what could happen in the future.
and we have a volume. We have a pan.
I would be honest, it kind of
That's pretty neat.
I don't want to
I
do
have
it,
a feeling any artifacts
but
you might
Mhm.
be hearing as
someone
far as
somewhere
sound
does
cues is
want
actually
this.
coming from my computer.
Clearly, it
It's very
exists.
far there. I don't think it's coming from within this.
Yeah, I think it's just in its beginning stages. I don't
Alright,
know.
let's see what
I
else we
think
got.
it
So we've got an
could
oscillator,
go
we've got
either way.
frequency.
It could really
Let's go
evolve, or
ahead
it could
and
obviously could flop.
create.
But time will tell.
Yeah, I keep wondering, like, what is
Let's put
the
some sequencing
what
in
is
here.
the real
Okay, so we've got two options.
impact
We've
of
got
things like this? Is it
a clock and a
gimmick, or
sequencer.
is it like,
Let's
oh,
see
I'm
what the
I'm
sequencer
pushing
does.
the
So
boundaries,
let's,
right? Like I'm moving
Right.
forward, and
we've got a clock as
it just
well.
always still feels like
Sequencer
putting on 3D glasses. You want the
here,
3D
and we will
experience,
need the clock in order
but the
to
glasses
sequencer right.
are
We'll put that
they're taking you out of the
to that.
experience in a weird way. Like,
Let's
oh,
Right.
I'm
go
putting
to
something on. I just want to be within the
Look at
thing,
that. It's moving
you know?
across.
Mm-hmm.
How cool. So I'm going to guess it's very simple. We just attach the value across to the CDN, which is going to be attached to the frequency. I know we should be
I mean,
able
it
to
is
figure
expensive.
out
3,500 is expensive.
For sure. I think just the
pretty-
price tag
pretty damn
alone.
sweet. Like, already happening.
I-
I'm loving this.
I know I personally couldn't do it. And I would rather get a synthesizer. Like if I was
Yeah.
only using VR for
what's
music,
the clock? Let's
I
change the
personally wouldn't
speed.
get it.
Slow.
Yeah.
But kudos to this guy for trying
Seems to be as
something
fast as it
new.
goes, but I'm pretty
I
sure we
think
can, use
that
some
there may be some
components to
potential.
get it faster if we
Mhm.
wanted.
Right now it just
have
looks
on, off.
too complicated, and it doesn't I don't see the workflow as of yet, but
Very good.
like I said, that could always
Let's go
change.
ahead and add
Yeah, it feels like,
another oscillator here.
I mean, you could save your patches this way, but this just feels like a 3D
create
version of what you can
voices.
do on the iPad with your
Right.
finger.
A lab out,
So,
looks like
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna-
It just
I'm gonna
it
assume here
I don't know. Keeps
that
taking
this
me
is
out
like
of
having two speakers with
I don't know.
its
It's
own
like put on the
validation
thing,
component.
then
So we don't
you
need
know,
that.
try not to hit anything. It's
Let's
so
go
many
the
like
other way.
steps.
That's true.
Since
There's
we've
so
got
much
more
to
of a
think
compact
about. You're
Yeah.
right.
oscillator.
Also, it's also
I'm not
when
putting
no
any
one else
restrictions
has
on it,
one,
just
it's
looking at
kind
what
of
shows me.
like someone said, "Oh, get your whole family
So
to
we
enjoy
have
the VR experience. Only costs like
so that'll be the
$14,000."
patch. We have a mix.
Mhm.
Right? It's kind of
Yeah.
like this
So
world
we
of
have
so few people have these VR things that it's hard to
two
find your
oscillators on each
actual
side,
friends
80/20,
having them.
I'm
Like they need to
guessing.
create it to
This
be
one seems to
so
go frequency
accessible that
modulate
Right.
everybody can have it, because if not,
oscillator.
it's just you
Very good.
alone in your
That's
room.
so true.
It's even
And
more
double
like
attach
Catherine said, it's even
triangle,
more
square,
dystopian or whatever.
sawtooth. Oh,
Yeah.
a bunch of interesting ones. Okay, let's
Well,
let's go
hey,
ahead and grab
he's
another
bleeping and
splitter.
blooping, so technically it's I guess that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'd
guess.
love to see what he does in 5 years and what he comes up with, or 10 years even, you know?
I just need the physical. Something's weird with not having the physical.
Yeah, personally for me it's like what's hard to get over is just the concept of VR. That's really like the
Mhm.
struggle for me, and I think that's the struggle for a lot of people too, just putting on a headset versus being in the real world and actually touching something.
Mhm.
There's also something about VR that just feels as though it's pushing you more towards disconnecting from reality. We're already
Yes.
so connected to our phones and our iPads and our computers that it just feels like another thing that you would almost want to have a detox from.
Oh yeah, it's another version of isolating myself, because you're
Yes.
not because I think they push this idea that, oh, once you put the headset on, then you can like interact with people and blah blah blah. And I'm like,
Mhm.
walk outside. Like, what do you mean? Like, and then so few people of your friends have it. Like, you know, what is just a bunch of strangers? Like, it's I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. VR rig or Prophet 6. Well, how about Hillbilly? I mean, the choice is yours. Uh, I would obviously go Prophet 6, but whatever.
Well, obviously VR rig said no one ever. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Maybe somebody out there will actually. No, I would definitely go with the Prophet 6.
exactly. Ugh.
So somebody might want to do the VR rig.
I bet it will be the most awesome VR rig, but it's just like, I don't know. Anyways, Autumn, I was at the Seal concert last time. I know I said it before. I'm going to keep saying it because I love Seal, and it was an amazing concert. I put a little pickup on Twitter of part of the keyboard rig,
Yeah, I think I saw that.
and
Mhm.
yeah, lower keyboard. Even though he blacked it out because he doesn't want to give people free advertising. It was a Nord, probably a Nord stage, I assume, and then on top was a Novation Summit, and I was kind of like really impressed by all these sounds coming from the Novation Summit, and I thought like, there must be like, I don't know, something I'm missing here. The Novation Summit is like I mean, it's not new or anything, but you have a Novation Mini Nova,
Mhm.
and you obviously like your Novation Mini Nova.
I do.
If you were looking at a synthesizer that was like a big mama synthesizer, like a big Bertha. This is kind of a Bertha synthesizer.
I love the description.
It's not like a Moog 1, but
Mhm.
the Summit. Are you like, I mean, we have some sounds to listen to, but like, have you ever looked at the Novation Summit? I mean, it's very expensive, but
I haven't looked into it. However, I am a huge fan of Novation, so
wow, this is hilarious. The best sounding synth we've ever made is now available by. I mean, I thought it was. It just I don't know what's held me back from the Summit and like checking it out at all. I try it and then I just kind of I forget about it and I forget it exists at all.
Mm.
But just like going to the show last night, and maybe it's because I love Seal, so there was lots of sounds I like,
Mhm.
already familiar with. That was like a big thing about between the Nord and this Summit, like the sounds were so spot on to like the records, but
Mm.
records made like in the 1990s.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and I loved like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, seems like you can do a ton with this this Novation Summit. So
Yeah. I love the amount of keys. I love the size of the keys too. Huge fan of bigger kind of keys.
yes, not many keys, lots of knobs, very like, it's definitely not like, I don't think it's not per function or anything, but it's like a huge like hands-on type synthesizer,
Mm.
whatever. Um but yeah, I wanted to check out some sounds from it. So yep, going on for perfect circuit. Kind of skipping ahead because there's like better sounds later. Like it sounds, I know it's not analog. This is a digital synthesizer, but it sounds very rich.
Mm.
I really like the sound of it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, cool. You can kind of do like a split. She's doing like a split, which is cool.
That's awesome.
A lot of keyboards you can't do a split like this.
Mhm.
That's cool for like live work.
Yep. I think that might be the perfect live synth for me, actually.
I didn't know you could do a split. I think it's 16 voices too.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I was working on one of these patches in both split mode and dual mode. Split mode is basically where the keyboards split,
Wow.
and at a certain point you can choose what point, obviously, because you can pretty much choose anything on this keyboard that you want. So there was a moment where I was kind of doing left hand stuff and right at the same time, and then that's on split mode. And then on dual mode allows you to go back and forth between parts A and part B, so you can have obviously different sounds happening at the same time, but you're able to use the full range of the keyboard.
Good point,
on
Catherine.
each mode.
It's basically
So,
2 peaks, so it's like
for
you can have
instance.
2 8 voices because it peaks 8 voices.
And then if you switch to B, A is still going, and you can play along with it. Does that make sense?
Oh.
So you can use that full range.
That's kind of awesome.
I use the new stereo spread mode, which is available in the firmware update 2.0, and I have it on alternating, and the spread is at 40 right now, so you can hear it popping back and forth. Thought that was pretty cool. And they also have it's alternating and diverge, and also note value. So I like to mess with the delay a lot when I play, just because it, you not only get the obvious like a delay on your sound, but you can mess with the sound just in terms of like texturally. If you get the time, if you turn the time knob really high up and feedback at the same time.
Ooh.
Kind of messes with the pitch in real time, which is a fun effect. I like to use that, and then it kind of takes me into other places creatively. Thanks everybody for watching today, and to find more information about the Novation Summit, check out.
Yeah, it's I need to really like think about the summit just to maybe try it out or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just never really, I don't know. I guess it's pretty powerful for live use for that very reason, that it is two, like Catherine said, 2 separate synthesizers in the same keyboard. So a lot of times back in the day when I would play live more, I'd always have a split, but it would be like a Roland Phantom or something. So you can play like piano over here and strings over here, or Rhodes over here and a bass patch over here. And with 16 voices, like you need 16 if you're gonna really do a split well. You can't really do a good split with 8 voices. So in a weird way, it is kind of the perfect synthesizer for like live use.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you haven't tried it before?
I've only tried it at like Perfect Circuit, but then I don't know. I guess because I don't think of it as 2 peaks, I don't really think of the use of it. I just think of it as kind of like a polybrute or something, but then the polybrute is only 6 voices. 16 voices, yeah, that's kind of like spoiled. It sounds really good.
Maybe they'll hit you up one day. Never know.
Well, they always, I think, yeah. Matsy said Ricky did some great demos for Peak Summit when he was over at Novation. Yeah. Any company that gets Ricky is way spoiled. He's talking about Ricky Tinez, but yeah, I think he asked me one time about it, but I don't know, it's just the way I work. I don't like to take gear specifically to make videos. So I think when he asked, hey, would you ever take a summit and make a video? I think I said, hey, Ricky, like, you know how it works. So like you could send me the summit and maybe I'll make a video, but I'm not just going to make.
Right.
Summit,
Totally.
so.
Totally.
It just feels like a lot of pressure to make something. So, oh yeah, Catherine, cool. Adamansky's old production for Sue were largely Rompler and sample based. That's the vibe I get. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was such a kind of because Trevor Horn, who produced a lot of the Seal records, was out there playing Catherine, and the Buggles. He opened the show as the Buggles, but yeah, a lot of samples. They were very into samples back then, so it's kind of cool. The last gear-based topic is kind of one that Autumn can sort of dive into, as she is you're an Ableton user.
I am. Yeah.
So I guess I've been watching more about the push and people talking about like it comes with the push comes with like Ableton Basic or something.
Mm,
Something.
interesting. Like the intro version.
Not even like the intro. I think it's like live free or something. Maybe there's a lower.
Really? It should at least come with like.
I think it comes with like the lower version, like Live Light. Remember, I think they made like Live Light.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh
Let's see.
man.
Let's go to the push. So, anyways, let's go to the push page. Let's see about this. Oh, it looks so cool. Let's see. Tech specs. What's in the box? Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. I want to know what it comes with. Maybe somebody can find it.
Yeah, it would. I feel as though it would make a lot more sense for it to come with a. If it really only comes with Ableton Lite, I think it should come with at least intro at the very least.
Somebody find this in chat. What does this version of the push come with? Because it's like $2,000.
Yeah, it's really expensive. I mean, as much as I think it's so cool and I would love it, like I personally couldn't pull the trigger on that. $2,000 is quite a lot.
Yeah, I want to, let's see, compare configurations. Let's click that. Okay, push 3, push this.
Matt Z says push 3 standalone should come with live standard.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, it doesn't. I agree with you, Matt Z. It's $2,000. I mean, that's quite a lot for it to only come with the lightest version of it. I think Ableton Lite.
Uh-oh. Look what Doug said. It just comes with light. It's nuts.
What? Okay, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, synthetic. They're saying it comes with live light, which I feel like I mean, I get it. That's what you used to get that with, like, you used to buy like you remember those like little teeny mini keyboards that cost like
and it would
$50?
come with like Ableton Lite as like a little introduction. But I think that if someone is brand new to Ableton, I would imagine getting intro at the very least would just be better. I don't know. It's kind of weird because I'm wondering if you're even able to get the full potential of the Push 3 on Ableton Lite. I wonder if there's any limitations there, because I know there obviously there are limitations. So I don't know. It's just interesting.
Good point. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're, because I mean, I was looking at the prices of other software, right? And like Ableton Suite is more expensive than obviously Logic. It's more expensive than Cubase. I don't know about Pro Tools pricing, but I don't really think of Pro Tools as like a production. It's more of, to me, like a mixing and recording software.
Right.
But it's more expensive than Studio One. Like, what version do you have?
I have Suite.
Do you feel like $749 is like a lot?
But
you can
here's
do monthly
the thing.
payments.
I didn't get it.
Monthly payments.
But I didn't get it like, oh, that was the first thing I got. I started with Ableton Lite, and then I went to intro, and then I went to standard, and then I went to Suite. So it was over the course of a few years. I don't remember the exact reason why I went to Suite. I'm trying to remember. Ugh.
Probably did you get like maybe an upgrade path? Like a cheaper upgrade path?
I know they do have their like deals. I must have done like a deal with them or something. But yeah, I agree with what Random said. Nobody should be getting a Push 3 if you don't already own Ableton.
That's so expensive, right? Like if you wanted Suite and the Push,
right?
$20,000.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Agreed. Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I didn't really think of that, but I guess $750.
It is a
Yeah, I
lot,
don't
but
know.
I'm telling you, no, I don't know a lot of people that really started with Suite. I know usually what happens is people will get into intro or they'll get into standard and then they will maybe find a reason to go to Suite,
Mhm.
but I think most people generally stick with standard.
Okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that, but that's just my hypothesis.
I mean, Sweet the thing is, like, I feel like Sweet comes with what I would want, i.e., like, you get way more virtual instruments, like, this is a big difference, like, 6 with standard, but you get 17, like, that's, like, a huge jump, like, it's not like they're just giving a few more, there's just seems to be almost twice as much of everything
Right, and,
in
like,
this
more audio
suite.
effects, more MIDI effects,
Yeah,
more packs, just yeah.
but still for 749, like, that feels very expensive when I think Cubase is, like, let me just look this up. Let's look up how much the best software is. Let's see. Um, Cubase, let's go. Buy Cubase 12 Pro. I mean, that's pretty expensive. 579, but still, like,
Well, does Cubase have a session view like Ableton does?
no.
I know that's one of the things that I know that's one of the things that drew me to Ableton when I first started using it. I started off on FL Studio and then, moved to Ableton and loved it. There's also a lot of, live performance capabilities. Is Cubase used for live performance?
No.
Okay. That's another reason why I personally liked went with Ableton. I just felt as though there was a lot you could do with it that wasn't just, like the average DAW.
Let's see. Where I need to find the comparison of Cubase. Where's the oh, here we go. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna attempt to match. Okay, so we're gonna like go back to Ableton now and match how much Ableton Suite is and what it comes with. Okay. So we're gonna like go with obviously you get unlimited tracks and stuff. Like no full dock doesn't come with everything, right?
Right.
Unlimited tracks. If your full dock comes with not unlimited tracks, wow. Okay. So you get 17 virtual instruments with this pro or this suite version of live. And let's see. Virtual instruments. So pro well, let's just click on pro. Pro comes with 4. Okay. Got it. All right. Well, I swear it comes with more than that, but okay. You get 60 audio effects. Okay. Let's see. Well, you get like 81 with this one. 4 virtual instruments? How? That's bizarre. I didn't know that, but I don't know why that is. You get 60 MIDI effects with this pro version or this whatever.
Mhm.
You get 18 with this one. Rack instruments. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I mean, it's also like you said, the workflow. No,
Right.
I would never, let me put it like this. I would never use Cubase Live. I use Live, probably the regular version intro,
Mhm.
at some point. Also, wait a minute. I think I have like Ableton. Maybe I have Ableton. Hold on. Let me actually see about this.
Recently, Ableton also created a something that they kinda took from FL Studio. I don't know if you've seen. FL Studio kinda has this, I don't know what you would call it, like a sequencer thing or where you, like, program drums.
Mhm.
They took that and now you can do that on Ableton, which I think that was some news this week actually, which is pretty
Interesting.
interesting.
Well, I'm about to find out right now if I have Ableton. I don't know actually.
How many DAWs do you have, or how many DAWs have you worked with?
I mean, I just Cubase is the Bay, but also
Mhm.
no, Cubase is the main, right? But Reason is the Bay.
Nice.
So, but then I used Ableton for like random stuff, like super random live DJing or performances over the years.
Nice.
But let me see. I really
Yeah.
want to know if I have Ableton. I'm resetting my password for
See,
Ableton.
that's another thing you can do on Ableton. You can DJ.
That's true.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. What am I? Okay, okay. So I have I have Live 10 Suite.
Nice.
Interesting.
So, do you have do you comp vocals on Cubase, or you don't do vocals, huh?
Mm,
Really?
I mean, I will, but it takes so much like effort for me to like actually decide I want to do something like that.
Gotcha.
Like
Same.
emotional effort, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does make sense because I feel the same way.
Yeah, so comes with a lot of stuff. This is like my Cubase, or this is my Ableton thing. I forgot like years ago, someone from Ableton gave me a code for Sweet 10. Now I realize it was a very expensive thing that they gave me.
Oh my
So
gosh,
shout
you
out
were
to
so
them.
lucky. You got that
I
for free?
literally, I'm not joking. The guy from Ableton wrote, he's like, "Hey, I really like your music and stuff. Like, do you use Ableton?" I said, "No." And he's like, "Oh, great. Well, enjoy." And he like sent me a code and I'm like, "Okay, thank you." Uh,
Little did you know that what he gave you, most people would just oh
very
man, I'd be so
expensive
stoked for it.
apparently. I mean, I don't know. I just whatever. Anyway, last topic of the night, a music related topic. Autumn, when is a song finished to you?
Right. So I actually heard this tip from an audio engineer online. He said, "You know a song is done when you play the song for someone and you're not
Mm,
prefacing it with
mm,
oh, I still need to mix the drums, or I need to, you know, do whatever." When you just let it play and you're allowing your listener to just listen without having anything to say beforehand, or that's when you know.
good point. I
Mhm.
actually it's funny as you were saying that, I kind of was like, "Oh yeah, that is the point when you don't do all the sort of like early like preparing them for like this could be bad." And I think even though today like to this day I think I still do that with like finished stuff because my friends will be like, "Hey, like you never like show us like any music anymore and stuff." And like my music's like publicly out in the world and people like use it all the time and I still am like, "Oh, well, and and it's like a different, I don't know. But you're right. Like when you let someone listen to something, do you ever let your closest, like who's the closest person to you, Autumn, that you kind of like run your music by?
Oh my gosh. Probably Probably my husband, but he's not super into, like, music, like, he's very supportive, you know, but
Mhm,
he he's always like, "Oh, I don't know that much about music, like, don't take." Because 'cause I'll ask him for feedback,
mhm.
and he'll just be like, "Oh, it sounds good," but not really be able to give, like, good feedback.
Sure, sure.
I'm trying to think of somebody else that would be better. Man, I don't think I send it to anyone. Yeah.
Do you feel like if it wasn't you and he heard your song, would he give you the same like feedback? Because I always think I want to do that with people. Like that's the
Mhm.
true way. I'd be like, "Yo, dude, like I heard this dope song like from random artists, right?" And like what like is it cool? Like wondering, like, because I feel like sometimes it's like when your best friend, it's like when my friend Jessica asks, she's like, Stevie, like, are you dating anybody? And I'm like, uh, no, or whatever. And then she tells me how great I am. She's like,
Mhm.
oh, but Stevie, you're so blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like,
Like, you're just my
Jessica,
friend.
yeah, like you don't have a real opinion.
Right, like, you have to say that. No, I completely get you. Um, yeah, it's hard. You kinda have to find somebody that you trust to give you the, feedback of kinda tell them like, "Hey, I want some honest feedback. Don't be afraid to
Mhm.
hurt my feelings." And kinda trust that they'll give you something, you know? And then,
Yeah,
of course, there's also that side of music that it's also subjective. So taste,
that's
just
also true. Very
some people
true.
have different tastes because I know even for, my husband, there
Mhm,
is one song, it's kind of like a rock song.
mhm.
I know he actually likes that song.
Oh, and it's
Like,
yours.
it's my song,
Ah, okay, okay.
that's the one song that I know he likes. There's something about when I show him other songs, it's like, "Oh, yeah, it's good, da, da, da," but his reaction to the rock song is like, "Oh, okay, you actually like this one. The other ones, you probably don't, but you actually like this one."
It's funny that that you say that he actually likes it. It's like some of the music that my friends play, it's so annoying to me, but it's like their favorite things for me. But it was literally like it my like you're like, but I make better and cooler and better stuff now. And they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. This other one, like, and you're like, I feel so unaccomplished. Like, why? A song,
That's so
a
funny.
song is simply never done. I was about to re-record a song from 2007. I mean, in a way, yeah, right. Songs get remastered all the time.
That is very true, Catherine. There's also I've heard this quote, people say songs are never done, they're just, abandoned, which
Hmm.
is
Oh yeah.
kind of a sad way to put it, but, I've also heard someone when they were talking about perfectionism, because I think we all struggle with that,
Hmm.
is don't strive for perfect, try to strive for good enough because it's never going to be perfect. It just perfection doesn't exist. Your idea
Hmm.
of what perfect is not gonna match other people's idea anyway.
Hmm.
But obviously try to do your best, but don't let it hold you back from completing songs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, on that note, this was an extremely streamlined live stream. Autumn.
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh.
This may be the most like streamlined live stream. We may be over here. I mean, let us know real quick before we're out. Can you guys give us feedback? Was this more better? Let us know. I want to know if this was like more better or more worse.
Yeah, let us know if there was any sound hiccups or
Yeah.
visual hiccups or anything like that, but I really liked being able to see the chat. I can now see the chat when you pull it up because before I
Yeah.
couldn't see the comments that you would put up on the
I,
screen.
I totally forgot that I'm like so thinking, oh, I'm see because I'm so used to doing it by myself or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, oh, nice. Matt Z says more better. Catherine says, yeah, this went a lot more smoothly. Yeah, more better
Sweet.
for sure. Very good. Very good. Wow. Okay. Thanks, Synthetic.
Yay. Thank you. Thanks, Destructo.
Yeah. Thank y'all. All right. Well, I guess we will see everybody next week with even better because Autumn and I will not jump on the stream 5 minutes before we do this. It'll be better. So but I mean this was great. This was great. Thank you, Autumn. Thank you, everybody. We'll
Mhm.
see you next time, I guess.
See you next week.
Bye. Oh, this is so easy. Look at that.